Right guys, I'm Dan from Stanton Bikes and I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey with me. I've been invited by Steve from Hardtail Party to go and ride the Grand Canyon, going around the north side of the Grand Canyon, back down to Utah. It's 2 days worth of riding, 35 miles per day with a camp in the middle. Now, obviously I'm over the moon about this. I'm super excited to go, really excited. But there's a mission to do before I go. I'm trying to pull my fitness back round, getting out on the bike more and just basically feeling more confident on the bike for long periods of time, because 2 days of 35 miles, pretty intense by most people's standards. And then on top of that, it's at elevation, and then we all know that Utah is red hot, so it's going to be pretty intense, and also intense because we'll be camping. This time last year I was recovering from surgery. It was February last year, 2022, walking around the local area looking for a nice spot to do a wild camp with my cousin, you know, set up lavus and start a nice little fire, have some steaks, a couple of beers, that sort of stuff, just spend some quality time together. And as I was on this little walk, I meandered down this little path and stepped down some steps, and one of the steps wasn't a step, it was just leaves, and my foot shot straight through the leaves. Turned 180, pivoted 180 to try and break my fall onto these rocks, and there was a metal spike, rusty metal spike stuck out the ground. Didn't see it, but it went in here, you see that there, and out here, out the back of my hand here, and you can see that scar that runs all the way around my hand. Basically went through and ripped out the side. I'll show you an image of it, but I'll warn you, if you're squeamish, look away now. Okay, so that was the state of my hand. I'd lost connection to this finger, bleeding like crazy, wasn't sure whether I'd be able to grip a bar again, things like this. And the recovery time for that was until, yeah, got to be 5 months before my hand was like properly usable. You know, couldn't hold things for very long, but at least it was usable. Then obviously all the stuff that happened with the company, you know, that was at the point really, this time last year was where it started to get intense internally. We were looking for a direction to go, we were disagreeing constantly. The administration happened in November, which was incredibly stressful. That then went on until February, where I was able to purchase the company and all the assets and all the stuff really that I designed and drew 13 years ago. I was able to get that back, and by selling all the stock off to a friend of mine who holds the stock now, and I purchased that stock down bit by bit going on forward. But principally what I'm getting at is that all that time I was barely on a bike. Really the last three and a half months, coming up to 4 months, has just been starting a new company. You know, with not as many people here, there's just more and more roles. There's legacy issues from the previous company, there's emailing to do, there's the setting up of a new company, a new website that we built, there's internal changes that are going on, just loads and loads of intense stuff that's just made it very difficult for me to actually get out on the bike and dedicate long times and trips and start planning those sorts of things. So effectively, here I am back at it, planning trips, getting on with life, loving what's coming going forward. And because it's a change of direction for the company, you know, it's literally a new vision, but principally with the old aspects still intertwined with it. But really, I'm 42 years old. The last 10 years have been nose to the grindstone, driving a business, and really I just want to ride. And my boys are getting older. I've got 3 sons, my boys are getting older, they like riding, we just want to ride, go out, ride. So finding a way to run the company, keep that connection with the consumer. So I'm on email all the time, working, dealing with customer orders, dealing with where things are in the process, dealing with what they would like, advising product, what fits, what doesn't fit, will this fit you, all that sort of jazz. I can do that from my laptop on the road. But anyway, as it stands right now, I don't have the physical fitness to achieve what's going on, what I've planned, and there's only 6 weeks to get squared up for it. I'll be filming, vlogging, videoing, whatever you want to call it, just taking this little black rectangle around with me. It should be fun, should be exciting, should be interesting. So yeah, so that's my mission. If I've missed anything, I'll likely talk about it when I'm out on a ride. I'm gonna try and make this black rectangle a face I chat to regular. Yeah, all right, big thanks to everyone, and let's see how all this works out. I'm gonna go and take this for a little spin. This literally weighs 22, 23 pound max relative to what's in that bag or how much water it's got in it. But these Racing Ralphs are super light. You know, these carbon wheels are from a friend of mine in Asia, and I've put them onto XTR hubs. XTR rim, X shifter, Stanton tie bar, whole thing comes up. Really, really light, really, really nice to ride. It's got a little plus symbol on there, but that's not actually right. It was just, they didn't know what frame it was when they were doing it in paint. Anyway, I don't mind the long, but for my height at 5'7.5", lost half an inch over the last 10 years. I prefer the regular version for my own height, the smaller version, maybe a 15 even for me with a 200mm dropper. But as it stands this long, it's what's built up, and it feels good, feels nice to ride. It's just all the time just feels just that much, a little bit further from fingers to palm. But yeah, that's the difference. I'll probably tell you about that on the ride anyway. But yeah, that's the bike. All right, catch you in a minute. This is actually the first bit of single track road ride up. My brake's not working, so see how we get on. Wrong gear. That's okay. Not ridden that in about a year and a half. Pretty sketchy on these Racing Ralphs, and back brake's a bit soft, but good fun though, really good fun. I think the Switch 9 would be fun, or maybe put the Switch 9 wheels on this, see how that goes for a bit. Yeah, that's a fun bike, that is. Real fun bike. Absolutely love that. Breathing at me everywhere. It is stunning up here. Have a quick look. What a place. Right, I better go and get back on them emails. Last bit. Alright, well that was really good fun. That's a local loop that starts literally from our unit up round through Ashover. It's the Ashover loop that's in the White Peak book. Yeah, so I really enjoyed riding the Sherpa. I'd say that I'm still kind of in two minds between whether the regular version suits me better or there's advantages to both, I guess. In any which size, it's really, really good fun. Those tyres and wheels, absolutely brilliant. Really fast rolling tyres. I think that setup's just great for summer. Real nice, £23. I feel really quick on it. It feels really dancey. You know, it feels really like playful and skips along the trail. You have to pick your line quite a bit. That's true. You have to pick your line quite a bit because you don't want to rip them tyres or crack those rims. You know, it's all lightweight kit. But I think that just makes it more fun, especially like a local loop out for a little rip. You want to make it a little bit more playful, I think. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get showered and then get back on my emails. Yeah.